Hello, this is Tomonori, your instructor for Japanese 103. Today, we are going to talk about なければいけません。なければいけません is considered as a one whole chunk, but it was originally separate pieces. So if you translate literally, it means it's no good if not. So you're saying it's not good if not, meaning you have to do it, you must do it. Okay. So you don't need to remember like three different pieces for this, but it helps to understand it was originally created from separate units of the grammar. Okay. So nake, this part is not, so it's a negation. So for this grammar, we use plain negative or short form negative. Okay. For most part, it is very similar to regular plain form. But one major difference is the u verb, right? So when you change to short negative with the u verb, we change the stem ending with I to a. Okay. So nomu, nomimasu. So that ends with I. That becomes noma, or kakimasu, kaka, oyogimasu, oyoka. So the stem, the last sound of the stem, if it's a u verb, they are always ending with I. That becomes a sound when it's a short negative. Okay? So nomu becomes nomanai. And for this particular construction, we use the stem of the short negative, so noma. Since you already have a nai here, so noma nakereba ikemasen. For lu verb, it's just the same as a stem. Tabe nakereba ikemasen. And irregular, we have to just memorize as the irregular verb. Soしなければいけません or こなければいけません for to come. And e adjective おいしく, so e おいしい becomes く おいしくなければいけません and the adjective 元気じゃなければいけません okay. So for this one we use a short negative with all the part of speeches. So let's see example. コーヒーを飲まなければいけません。コーヒーを飲まなければいけません。meaning you must drink coffee. 寿司を食べなければいけません。寿司を食べなければいけません。You must eat sushi. Okay. So it's pretty straightforward. It's almost the same as English must. You must do something. But one of the problem with なければいけません there are so many different variations. So there are many different pronunciations for this particular construction. So なければいけません is the sort of like standard, like most formal, most neutral way of saying must. But you can also say なきゃいけません。なきゃいけません。なくちゃいけません。なくちゃいけません。なくてはいけません。なくてはいけません。ないといけません。なければなりません。なきゃなりません。なくちゃなりません。なくてはなりません。ないとなりません。All of these means the same. Okay. They are just different pronunciations. Somehow pronunciation changes. So like in English, I will becomes I'll, or I'm going to becomes I'm gonna. So that way, if it's used frequently, pronunciation changes over time. That happens in Japanese. Particularly with this なければいけません, and there are many as 10 different variations. There could be more, but as far as I can think of, there are 10 different variations. This is a challenge when you do the listening. So when you hear listening, you have to get used to all of these different ways of saying must. When you produce, you don't need to know all of this. You can just stick with it. There's very, very little difference in terms of meaning. Saying that なければいけません and なくちゃいけません, meanings almost the same. So you don't need to be able to say all of those 10 different variations. Actually, native speakers tend to pick very specific way of saying must. So everybody has its own way of saying must. None of them says like must in those 10 different ways. But when it comes to listening, since people use different ways, you have to get used to all of these different ways of saying it. Otherwise, you don't know what it means. It's not too difficult, but it's challenging. Okay. So let's see examples. 毎日3食を食べなければいけません。水をたくさん飲まなければいけません。宿題を終えなければいけません。朝、歯を磨かなければいけません。横断歩道で赤信号を待たなければいけません。道でゴミを捨てなければいけません。早く寝なければいけません。運動を定期的にしなければいけません。家族とよく話さなければいけません。悪口を言わなければいけません。公共の場所で大声で話さなければいけません。These examples are somewhat weird. You must speak in public. But anyway. 旅行するとき、手をきれいに洗わなければいけません。クラスが始まる前に教室に入らなければいけません。体にいい食事を選ばなければいけません。靴を屋内では脱がなければいけません。外出するとき、鍵をかけなければいけません。携帯を学校では使わなければいけません。約束の時間に遅れなければいけません。Again, this one is somewhat strange. You must be late. 勉強の計画を立てなければいけません。コンピューターを使うときは目を休ませなければいけません。インターネットを安全に使わなければいけません。バスの中ではお年寄りに席を譲らなければいけません。困っている人を助けなければいけません。新聞や本を読んで知識を増やさなければいけません。友達の秘密を守らなければいけません。ペットを片付けなければいけません。ゴミを正しく分別しなければいけません。環境を守るためにリサイクルをしなければいけません。タバコは健康に悪いので吸わなければいけません。Again, this sounds very strange. You must smoke because tobacco is not good. It's bad for your health. 他人を尊重しなければいけません。And these are translation exercise and examples, different situations that you must use なければいけません。Okay. So if you have questions, please let me know in the class. Thank you.